When working with AutoCAD and trying to obtain the proper presentation for line styles and line weight, sometimes AutoCAD has a bit of a difficulty in portraying a line style in the proper orientation that you would like. This is something that you as a draftsperson would need to maintain and correct so that your drawing is the proper presentation that you would like. If you take a look at the center lines currently in the center line box, they do not have a center dash. The same for the cutting plane lines in the cutting plane line box. They do not have a center double dash representing the cutting plane line. So what would need to happen is several possible options to rectify the situation. If you double click on the viewport, activate the viewport, one way that you could attempt to fix this is to use the regen command by simply typing in regen, R-E-G-E-N, and hitting enter. If that does not rectify the situation, you could then also select the lines necessary, right click, and go to the Property tab. In this particular instance, if I were to go in and change the line type scale to 0.999, it seems to be able to portray and display the center lines correctly. I'll then go ahead and do the same for the cutting plane lines by selecting the cutting plane lines, right clicking, and obtaining the properties. I'm going to go into the line type scale, and I'll actually then change this to half by selecting and typing in 0.5. By doing so, the double dash will appear inside and centered for my cutting plane line. Now the reason why this occurs is that the cutting plane line and line style is just simply a little larger than a 2-inch box. If I were to draw a line larger than 2, 2.5, 2.8, the line now shows the double dashes in the center. If I then do the same thing again, drawing a 2-inch line, it is not shown. I could then go ahead and change the properties for that line and change that line's scale specifically so that the double dashes appear. One thing to always remember is if setting up a new viewport or new layout, always be aware that this could be an issue, especially even after you fixed it within the layout. If I do regen and this is set up and this does not work, come over to this set, regen, this one does work, this one does not. I may then need to go in again and select the particular lines. It may also be necessary to scale the viewport. If scaling the viewport does not work, regen does not work, and then you head in and select the lines and attempt to fix them by inputting 0.999. That does not work. Then I would go in and change it to 1.00. For some reason, sometimes AutoCAD still does have a glitch and does not portray line styles properly. If it does happen, you as a draftsperson will need to adjust that so that your layout and what actually prints is what you want to display.